Hello guys, welcome back to Gaming Tidbits, and today we're going to talk about a homebrew on the Sega Megadrive / Genesis. Now, one of them you would say missing in the catalog of games for this console at the time that Super Nintendo had one advantage over the Genesis was Mario Kart. One of the things that the Super Nintendo did that had a chip that the Genesis or Mega Drive simply could not do was called Mode 7. Basically what that did was it allowed basically for rotating and scaling of the background to in some ways mimic 3D or almost the illusion of 3D, but wasn't really a 3D. But it did have some interesting results. Obviously Pilot Wings was the original tech demo for it for the console. Obviously Mario Kart had it. Contra 3D Alien Wars did. A lot of games did. But the coolest and most unique thing was Mario Kart. A fun racer on the console. So now, a homebrewer by the name of GA68K has gone and done the thing that the console didn't have. And that was, he made a homebrew game called Sonic Team Racing, originally called Super Sonic Kart, but since not every character in the game is a kart, he decided to change the name. Sonic Team Racing, which basically is a Mode 7 racer on the Mega Drive Genesis. Now, one of the reasons why this was never done before, especially when the consoles originally, obviously were competing against each other, was because Nintendo had a chip to natively do it. It wasn't worth the time and effort to try to do it on this console. They were both popular at the time, and back then when people made games, they simply made games on the strengths of the console. They weren't going to try to spend time and energy doing something that wasn't the strength of that console. But thanks to today, obviously the advances in how to program for these consoles and the knowledges of it, now there is a Mode 7 racer out for the console. Now, he did describe when he made this game that basically, obviously, sprites were like from Sonic 1, and he used Mario Kart as a template. In other words, he didn't use the graphics of Mario Kart, but obviously he used design templates and stuff for this game. And this looks like what would have been, a Sega racing game on this console if it had happened with Sonic. And it looks really cool, and it looks really impressive for this console, because you think of the fact that Mode 7, this had to be programmed. This was not simply a chip that allowed you to do it. It wasn't a native thing, so it wasn't as easy to do as if you had done this game for the Super Nintendo. But it looks really awesome and really cool, and you can play the demo now either through emulation or if you have a flash cartridge, and to play it on your Mega Drive or Genesis console. Now this guy's done stuff like this before. He did Wolfenstein 3D not too long ago for the Mega Drive. He's done tech demos of Star Fox and F-Zero on Sega platforms. So he have a history of making Nintendo games on Sega platform. I would think it's cool if one day somebody would actually release a physical homebrew game for the Mega Drive Genesis that was a Mario Kart-like racer. That'd be really cool. That'd be something I definitely would be interested in getting, because that is something, again, that is a hole in the library of the great console. Anyway, what do you guys think of this? Think it's really cool? Would you be interested in trying it out? Or are you not interested in this type of game? You just simply like what's on the console already? To me, it looks graphically impressive. It looks like a game like that would have looked at the time. If it was Sonic was made into a racer, that's what it looks like. Anyway, love to hear your guys' opinions like always. I'll make another video soon. Later, guys.